Hi, in this video we are going to talk about AWS IAM. So IAM is Identity and Access Management. It is a web service that helps you securely control access to AWS resources. We use IAM to control who is authenticated and authorized to use resources. Whenever we create a new Amazon account, we provide an email ID and a password. So that becomes a root account. Basically, it's a root user who has permission to perform any operation on that AWS account. But what if we want to share access to our account? We cannot share the root access because in that case we wouldn't know who has performed what operations, and even if we want them to perform those operations or not, because they can delete, edit, create any of the service, and we do not want that. So the best solution for that is IAM. What we do here is we create a new IAM users. We provide them access only to limited operations which are required for them to perform. So first, whenever we log in, let's go to AWS account, go to services, search for IAM here. This console will open. In access management, we see multiple things. There's a policy, role, user, and group. First, let's talk about users. So user, let's say I want to provide access to another user from my account. Let's say the username is Rayan Jain. What type of access do I want to provide? Do I want to provide a programmatically access or the console access? So programmatic access means if they want to access using a SDK or a API or CLI. And console access means they can open the browser, open AWS website and open AWS console and use it. So I want to provide a console access. Password, we can say it could be auto-generated or a custom password. Let's go to next, permissions. What kind of permission do I want to provide? Do I want to add this user to a particular group? So we'll discuss this later. We want to copy permission from my existing user, or we want to provide an existing policy. So AWS by default provide a lot of existing policy which we can assign to any of the user. So depend, let's say we want to provide a S3 access. So AWS provide all these policies. If you want to provide S3 full access to that user, we can select it. And we also want to select a Lambda access. So we can just go to Lambda and we can say I want to provide a Lambda full access. Next is tags. Tags are optional. Let's just go to next and create a user. So now we have a user created with the name Rayan.Jain. I know the password. We can also see the password here. And also we know that this user is only able to perform S3 access and a Lambda access. Now if this user wants to access my AWS account, he can go to AWS, select IAM user, provide a 12-digit account ID. So account ID, we also know if we go back to our IAM, the easiest way to see is just go here and you will see a AWS account ID. Just below this there will be a 12-digit number. So you can check that, you can provide them that. Click on next, provide the ID and password which you created for that user, and he or she can log into AWS account. Now they can only perform operations of which we have provided them the access. So this user can only perform S3 access and a Lambda access. If they try to use any other services, they will get an error that you do not have the required permissions. So next is roles. Now why roles are required? So the basic use of role is if you want to use any of the AWS service, a lot of them ask for a particular role. So for example, if you want to create a new Lambda function, now that Lambda function asks you for a role. Do you want to use an existing role or you want to create a new role? Basically they want a role who has access to perform a particular operation. So we can create a role and assign to a Lambda. We can assign in a CloudWatch target. It also requires a role, or even in step function, we need to provide a role. So for different services in AWS, they require a specific roles. So for example, let's say we want to create a new role. Now who wants to use this role? Right now I want my Lambda function to use this role. So I'm selecting Lambda as the service, allow Lambda function to call the AWS service on your behalf. So this role is going to use by my Lambda function. So I'm going to select Lambda here, click on next permissions. Now what is the access I want to provide to my Lambda? I can attach any existing policy. So for example, I want my Lambda function to use full S3. I can provide full S3 access. Also I want to provide a basic execution policy for Lambda. So I say Lambda basic execution. If you want to add any other policy, existing policy, you can just add, click on next tags, next review, provide a name. So I'm gonna provide this name, but it already exists. So I'm gonna say new role. This is not a perfect naming convention. You can check that in Amazon's documentation or as per your own company policy, and click on new role. So now my new role is created. If I go back to Lambda, refresh it, this is the role I see here. So I can select this role for my Lambda function. Similar way, you can create any kind of role with any kind of existing policy and assign it to any of the AWS service which requires it. Next is policies. So AWS by default provide a lot of policies. As we already saw, when we create a user or when we create a role, we can provide any of the existing policy. But what if we want to create our own custom policy? So for example, if you want to provide a S3 access, we see that we have a S3 full access, we see that we have a S3 read-only access. But this is applicable for all the S3 buckets. What if I want to provide only for a particular S3 bucket? So I can click on create policy. There are two options, using an editor or using a JSON. So editor is comparatively easy for new users. If you're comfortable with JSON, you can provide your own JSON here. So when we say editor, we want to select a service here. I want to select S3 and I want to provide only a read access on my S3. So I can select read. If you want to provide all the actions, we can select all actions. Next is resources. So I only want this read access on S3 bucket on a particular bucket. So if I click on resources, I can select all the S3 buckets, or I can provide a specific bucket name or access point or a job or object. I'm going to provide a bucket name. So my bucket name I already know, it's Rishabh demo bucket. I'm going to just select it, click on add. So this is my bucket and I'm just going to click review policy, provide a policy name here. So S3 demo bucket read policy, and I'm going to click on create policy. So I have created my own custom policy. This name already exists, so I'm just going to say a new policy. So I have created my own custom policy. Similarly, you can create custom policy for anything, for any DMS task, for any invocation of any of the Lambda functions, write permission for S3 access, or anything. So you can create your own custom policies. Now let's say to my previous role, which was this, I want to edit it. So I do not want to provide a S3 full access. I can remove it. And I want to provide only a read-only access on that particular bucket. So I can click on attach policy, and I'm just going to search for my policy which I created. So we can see this is the policy. I can click attach policy and it's done. In case you do not want to go to policies and create a policy, you can also create from here. Within the role, you get the option of add inline policy and you get the same UI. So you can create policies from here as well. You can use one policy in multiple roles. Now next is groups. So you can create different groups here. Let's say in your organization you have multiple teams and each team wants a specific kind of permission. So you can create a group for each team and you can add all your users to a particular group. So whenever you add all the users to a group, all the policies that the group has will be attached to those users. So if I click create new group, I provide like for example my team name is Simba team. So I'm just going to say Simba group, and I'm going to say next step. Now I want to attach a policy. So I want all the users for this group to have access to Poly, to have access to recognition. And I click next, and I click create group. So now this group is created. Now if I want to use this group, I can just click here, and I want to attach any of the user to it. So I click on add user, I select this user. So now this user will have access to whatever permission we have already provided, right? So if we go back to user, and if we select here, we can see that we provided two access to it, Lambda access and S3 access, but we also attached it to a group. So it also got access to recognition and Poly. So this way we can assign any of the user in a particular group, and it's easier for us to maintain it. We can again go to group as well and see that which all users are in this group, and we can remove them as well. So this is how the basic use of IAM is. We can create groups, we can create users, we can create roles, we can create policies, and it's the best way to restrict different users or different roles to have specific resource permissions. So this is it for the video. In case you have any suggestion, any comments, then you please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.